So here we are in orbit of Navy Central, and we can get a nice view of the gas giant between as we hover next to Morg's Mortuary. Now this planet here is a world created entirely for military exercises. There are no civilian settlements down there. It's an entire planet of people crawling on their elbows through muddy tubes. But it looks quite peaceful from up here. Anything is peaceful from 6,037.87 kilometers. Anyway, our next stop requires us to make 2 jumps. So we're going to need so much fuel that it will take up our entire cargo bay. So let's just quickly dock with the station. Make our trade of these robots. And fill our cargo bay with hydrogen fuel. Now we're running a little low there, so I'm going to fill up the tank here and get 1 extra ton. Use up all our space. And next we'll be heading to this unremarkable system, Agriol, which is a frontier system with no inhabited planets. If we click on these, you can see there are no, even though this has got a name, this planetoid, there are no settlements. So let's just quickly go there, so that we can then make our final jump, our next jump to Alioth. Now, this star seems to be surrounded by empty space, almost as if it swallowed up everything around it. Now this is a real star, also known as Epsilon Ursae Majoris. It's part of the constellation called the Plough, or the Big Dipper. Now, if we look here, as you can see, it's much larger than any star we've seen so far. It's also over 100 times brighter than our Sun. If you've played Elite 3, you may recognise this as the central planet of the Alliance, a political power that emerges sometime in the next 50 years from this point. Right now it's a disputed system, so both the Empire and the Federation want control of it, which means it can be a bit of a turbulent place to live, so there could be many pirates, and so I'm going to save, as is often wise in any case, and proceed to one of those terrestrial planets in orbit of Alioth 4, the gas giant. There we go, New California. And I'm going to go for the actual Planetside starport this time. So let's set the course. Now, this being a large system, even though it isn't binary, we have this problem again of everything being really far away from the jump point. But let's proceed. We seem to be okay for pirates right now. Now, as you can see, we get a nice view of that gas giant in the sky as we descend down to the spaceport, and that's why I wanted to get a planetside landing this time. And we won't be able to look up there while we're landed, but on the way down we can see. How cool would that be to have a gas giant in the floating in the sky like a moon, although quite a bit bigger, and it's actually not the moon, it's the planet, and we're on the moon. This moon. Anyway, let's just enjoy this automated landing. So I've refueled and we're ready to leave, but I still need to repair that hull damage. So let's go to the shipyard, repairs and servicing. Now, unfortunately, we have to repair this 1/4 of a ton at a time, with a click for each. It would have been nice to have a repair all button. This takes an annoyingly long time with larger ships. But one way to speed it up is simply hold in the 4 key. The first 4 options in the communications interface are selectable like this with the number buttons. So that's done, and now we're ready to leave. I've advanced time a bit so that we can see this gas giant, Alioth 4, heading towards the horizon. How cool is that? Now let's just launch and get a nice view as we slowly leave the surface of this planet, New California. Back when I played this as a kid, I was stunned by the scale of this. This isn't some backdrop image. That's like really being simulated as this huge object far away, or while we're this close to the surface of this moon orbiting it. I can only imagine how amazing the new Elite game will be with stuff like this. I watched a video where David Braben, the creator, was talking about procedural generation. It's a technique that allows a great deal of variety and detail to emerge from a relatively small amount of data. A modern example of this technique is Minecraft. This is how an entire galaxy could fit on a single floppy disk. Now, extrapolate this to modern computers and the possibilities are staggering. Just going to speed up time a bit here. So Braben talked about things like creating the immense cloudscapes of gas giants and landscapes of planet surfaces. This is one of the reasons I'm so looking forward to the new game. As enjoyable as this game is in its sense of scale and exploration, just imagine what it will be like with the detail allowed by modern computers and some clever procedural algorithms. But let's move on. Next we're going to make a double jump to the notorious Vector system. A system in anarchy which is rife with pirates. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious. It's another star that forms part of the Plough or Big Dipper. This is the first time we've seen a blue star. The colour of a star is determined by its temperature. Just as a piece of metal will glow as it gets hot, so do stars. So this one is blue hot at 20,000 degrees, opposed to our sun, which is 6,000. Also, it has some of these habitable planets orbiting a brown dwarf. So this is our opportunity to go and have a close look. But the way is long and fraught with danger. This is a good place to work on raising your elite rating. So, like I said, we need to make a double jump because it's out of range, just barely though. So we need to jump first to Enedlia. Some of these names are not as they're procedurally generated names, so some of them don't sound too good. Let's make that jump, and then on to Vector. And we'll set a course for, which one was it? Vector 6. First planet. Experiment. Little terraformed world. Fort Gomez. Yeah, it better be a fort in this system. Here we go. So that wasn't as bad as I was expecting. Maybe the pirates are all too busy drinking grog or looking for space treasure or installing pulleys into rubber chickens. But anyway, here we are in orbit of Experiment with a nice view of that brown dwarf star there. It does indeed look like it's halfway between a planet and a star. It glows, but there are hints of visible atmosphere. I took some damage though, including some damage to my fuel scoop. So I'm going to try to dock and refuel for the next leg of the journey. And I think just for the hell of it, I'm going to try manual docking. So, request clearance for docking. Thank you. Proceed to Bay 4. Now this shouldn't be too tricky starting off from this point. Just get about 1000 kmh up and position myself in front of the station. Kindly provided some docking lights there. And when you get roughly in front of it, you'll lock on to its sort of attitude adjustment tractor beam thingy. There, you see, I just sort of came into rotational lock with it there. Just slowly guide in at about 100 kph, and the rest takes over for you, and there you go. Manual docking. It's a lot harder if you approach from out far in the system without an autopilot, but I'll probably do that at some point. Sometimes you do need to be able to do this without an autopilot in case it gets destroyed or something by pirates. Anyway, let's just quickly refuel and repair my fuel scoop and this thing, and I'll save you the tedium of this. Okay, I've repaired and refueled now. The next stop is 3 jumps away, so we're going to have to make use of that fuel scoop at one of the systems on the way, since we don't have enough space for the fuel for 3 jumps. I could just sell the fuel scoop to make room for the extra fuel, but where's the fun in that? But first I want to get a closer look at this brown dwarf. Where is it? Somewhere. There it is. Right, so let's use manual control to get there. Accelerate up. Aim slightly off the edge of the planet so that we're not going to hit it. And also, let's get our next hyperspace destination locked on. Kex. Yeah. And let's speed up time and get there. Speed up time a bit more. Oh! Looks like they woke up. Look behind you! A 3-headed monkey! Oh, this is a big one. It's a constrictor. Look at the size of that thing. Haha, 500. Wow, that's good. Thank you. Easy money. So let's just approach this. Oh! Looks like I'm going to have to deal with a few of these guys. Ooh, another Amore starboat. +3 military drive, 500 bounty. That's pretty damn dangerous. Oh god, that was close. That was too close. Again. I think the... oh dear. Oh shit. You know what to do now. Damn you. Your naval missiles. Oh, it's just a smart missile. That's enough to fool my simple ECM system. But I have the thrust power to make it away. Showed off this technique in the combat episode. Shouldn't take too long to outrun this thing. Oh dear. It's catching up. It's catching up. No. I'm gonna have to... there. Come on, come on, get away. If it gets too close, I have to sort of turn 90 degrees and take a sideways turn. But it looks like it's going to explode before it gets to me. Another way to deal with a missile is to launch another missile at it. But I don't have any missiles, so... Anyway. I might as well just speed up time to get this guy closer to me. And your missiles are useless against us. Although your lasers probably aren't, so I should steer clear of those. You think they'd run away at this point? They never hyperspace away. I think that would be a cool thing to have. Like, if you scare them enough, they just go, I'm going into hyperspace. Bye. Especially with a Class 3 military drive, there's no way I'd catch him. Synthetic meat. God, this guy's a vegan. He's a vegan pirate. Okay, let's continue. If I can find... Damn it. There it is. Ah, keep getting attacked. Well. Oh, an adder. Ha, flying brick. Well, I think I've got a close enough look at that brown dwarf anyway, so I'm just going to deal with this guy and then hyperspace away. This trip is taking quite a long time as it is. Okay, let's go there. Then our next stop is Urfibe, and our final destination for this leg is Capella, but as you can see we need more fuel. But fortunately this is a system, and I did check before, is a system with gas giants, and this is where we can scoop up some hydrogen fuel. So let's set a course for Urfibe 7.